whole world. He's got the whole world. He's got the whole world in his hand. No matter what you're going through, see, my God is there for me and you. He will always carry us through the trials and tribulations. Don't give up, don't cry, wipe those tears from your eyes. Yeah, we're in this together. This won't last forever. If God could calm the stormy sea, He won't forget you and me. We're in this together. We're in this together. He's got the whole world. He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got the whole world. He's got the whole world. He's got the whole world in his hands. Now you shines was a frustration. You know that we're Christians. There's a smile on your face. We got God's grace. We will never lose His protection. He'll always carry us through the trials and tribulations.
Don't give up and don't you cry. Wipe those tears from your eyes. Yeah, we're in this together. This won't last forever.
If God can calm the stormy seas, He won't forget you and me.
We're in this together.
We're in this together.
USC,
Don't give up, don't cry, wipe those tears from your eyes. Yeah, we're in this together. This won't last forever. If God could calm the stormy sea, He won't forget you and me. We're in this together. Don't cry, wipe those tears from your eyes. We're in this together. This won't last forever. If God could calm the stormy sea, He won't forget you and me. We're in this together. We're in this together. Antigua, Grenada, Saint Lucia, Barbados, Trinidad, Guyana, Dominica, Saint Martin, Jamaica, Saint Vincent, Africa. Don't give up, don't cry, wipe those tears from your eyes. Yeah, we're in this together. This won't last forever. If God could calm the stormy seas, He won't forget you and me. We're in this together. We're in this together. Can you hear? Oh yeah. cause of frustration. You know that we're Christian. There's a smile on your face. We got God's grace, and we will never lose His protection. We'll always carry us through the trials and tribulations.
Don't give up and don't you cry. Wipe those tears from your eyes. Yeah, we're in this together. This won't last forever.
If God can calm the stormy seas, He won't forget you and me.
We're in this together.
We're in this together.
USC,
Don't give up, don't cry. Wipe those tears from your eyes. Yeah, we're in this together. This won't last forever. If God could calm the stormy sea, He won't forget you and me. We're in this together. Don't cry. Wipe those tears from your eyes. Yeah, we're in this together. This won't last forever. If God could calm the stormy sea, He won't forget you and me. We're in this together. We're in this together. Antigua, Grenada, Saint Lucia, Barbados, Trinidad, Guyana, Dominica, Saint Martin, Jamaica, Saint Vincent, Africa. Don't give up, don't cry. Wipe those tears from your eyes. Yeah, we're in this together. This won't last forever. If God could calm the stormy seas, He won't forget you and me. We're in this together. We're in this together.
Good day, good day, good day. And welcome to day 2 of the USC Virtual Open Day 2021, our first ever virtual open day. In fact, we know in 2021, lots of things are happening virtually, and we are here with you virtually today, but we are no less excited, no less pumped up to share with you what USC has to offer. We are so happy that you are here joining us on our various platforms. I know some of us are joining from YouTube, some are joining from Facebook. So whether you're joining from YouTube or Facebook, I say to you, welcome. Whether you're joining from Trinidad, Tobago, or across the Caribbean, around the world even, I say to you, welcome. We are happy to have you here. I am Vernice Simon Frederick. I am your host for today's session. I would be joined with the team from the School of Science and Technology and Allied Health. All right, I am the campus director for the Tobago campus. Yes, USC has so much love to share that we have extended our arms across the Caribbean. And so, yes, we are located in Maracas, St. Joseph, Trinidad, but we are also located across the Caribbean at 6 other campuses, the Tobago campus being one of them. We are also located in South Trinidad, in Guyana, in Barbados, in Antigua, and in St. Lucia. So if you're joining us from any one of those territories, please let us know. In fact, why don't you just type in the chat right now, wherever you, and tell us where you're joining us from. And if you're joining us from Trinidad and Tobago, tell me what village you're joining from. I know we have some excited persons there. Right, I'm seeing someone from Grenada. I have Lisa Charles from South Trinidad. We're happy that you're here. Come on, let's know where you're from. Let's see those flags. One of the things that USC is big on is cultural diversity. That's one of the things, in fact, I love about USC. Having attended USC there myself, I'm a proud member of the class of 2002. I graduated then, and I loved USC so much that after 2 years of being home, I came back to work as a lecturer, and now I am working at the Tobago campus. USC really is the place to be. In fact, our mission is to transform ordinary persons into extraordinary servants to God and humanity. And we have been doing that since 1927. Yes, we've been doing that for the past 94 years. Something that we are truly proud of. We are the oldest tertiary level institution here in Trinidad and Tobago, in fact, in the southern part of the Caribbean. And of course, it means that since we've been doing it for so long, we kind of know what we're doing, yes? And so we're happy that you're with us today. I'm seeing lots of Trinidadians in the house, someone from Couva. I'm seeing Sean Stewart from Plymouth, Tobago. Yes, welcome Tobago. We have someone from Moruga. We have Elodie from St. Lucia. We even have someone from Blanchie Shares. Oh, down south, Palo Seco. Let's, I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Of course, I'm seeing the YouTube chat, and I know there's some of you joining us from Facebook as well. All right. We have Sandy Grandi in the house. Guyana is in the house. Welcome, Guyana. We are happy to have you all with us today. And of course, you know, because we're doing things virtually, we really can't reach out to you as we'd like to. And so we just want to have a little activity, a little something to break the ice. And so at this time, we're going to have our icebreaker, and then we're going to flow into the rest of the day's program. So do sit tight and hang on there for the icebreaker.
What is a give up?
That may be an answer, yeah.
Hey Siri,
Sandstone.
what is the oldest university in Spain?
Spain's oldest university.
ABCs to 500.
You are not likely to get into a school if you do not have good grades, if your application was terrible, or if you don't have many extracurricular activities. Even if you have these, it may be difficult if there's a lot of this.
Sure. What is absences?
Okay, let's see. What is competition?
That makes sense. That makes sense.
I was thinking applicants, because, well, I guess it's the same thing, applicants, more competition. So, yeah.
All right.
Okay.
I'm feeling lucky for 200.
200, okay. These are the people who teach you in university.
What is lecturer, professor?
Yes, ma'am. There you go.
Thank you.
Okay. Person, your
So you're
turn.
still at for 300.
For 300, okay. This is the grade used to determine whether or not you qualify for the program. It is made up of all your combined grades.
Your grade point average or GPA.
What is your average? Yep. There we go.
That works.
That works, yeah.
All right, Madam Wu.
Yes, it works.
Okay, let me see. ABCs for 100.
So you have applied to school and you're waiting for the answer before you attend. You must do this to the offer.
You must accept offer. What is accept?
Yeah.
Accepts.
Why are you
Oh, wait,
here?
hold on.
400?
Why are you here for 100? If you are not paying for your schooling, you must have one of these, either for academia or sports. If you happen to be in the States, since nobody else thinks it's worthwhile to give them out for sports.
What is this scholarship?
Easy, easy.
What is a
That's a good-
scholarship? Yeah. There we go.
All right. I'm feeling lucky for 300.
Okay. These people do not teach you. They're graduate students who are helping your teachers. They lead tutorials and study groups.
What did I just call them, boy? Them teachers.
The teachers that are not teachers.
Yeah, it's like it's I don't remember the name, but it's kind of like not really substitute teachers, but or tutors.
I guess some places call them tutors.
Yeah, they have a specific name for it though. Teachers.
I know it.
I just can't remember the name. I remember we had a conversation about this already. But
Yeah. Okay, so they help your teachers teach. They are teaching helpers.
teacher help us. Yeah. Okay. I mean, technically being the team engineer, just say the answer.
Teaching assistants. What are teaching assistants?
That.
There we go.
Why are you here for 300?
Okay. If you are not a citizen of the university's country, you may be required to pay this type of tuition.
I'm thinking non-residents, something non-resident fees, something like that. So I'm thinking. Trying to have anything?
Not thinking.
Okay, yeah, international fees, somewhere along that line.
Okay, you already see the answer? It's your guess, your final guess? International student tuition. There we go.
There we go. Don't get jealous of it. Something.
Which, alrighty then. Howdy.
It's your turn, Jean.
Oh, it's my turn?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. I'm feeling lucky for 100.
Some universities are so big, they cannot process students simply by name. For this reason, they may assign you one of these.
What is an ID number?
Well,
A student number. Yeah, a number.
She saw the answer, then she.
Well, if I saw the answer, why would I say the wrong answer?
think
ignore this one.
I'm
Okay,
telling you,
Trent.
Chris, something sus about this. To
That's
keep
what
them
I'm
out.
saying. That's what I'm saying. They not why they have so much points. It's all right.
Or
It's
it
all
can
right.
just mean that we're winning.
It's all right. It's completely fine.
Feel smart or whatever.
Or whatever. Boys, go on. It's for 300. You need this type of degree before you apply for a master's. This is what you will be studying in September.
Why are we thinking so hard?
I was wondering, we're all basically seniors going to possibly do our masters.
Are we getting an
I'm
degree
thinking,
next
I'm
year?
thinking Bachelor of Science, same thing.
Trust?
I was thinking the same thing he was thinking.
Elodie, how about you? Because I was thinking something else different.
What? Something different?
I'm thinking.
Remember, she see the answer, she would know.
I
That's
did
what I'm
not.
saying. You know, that's what I'm saying. They know the answers, so they just like, all right.
I'm
What do
thinking,
you
Yeah.
I'm thinking undergraduate or
I'm thinking that too because you need an undergrad degree for your master's.
undergraduate
Let's see
bachelor's.
that.
I think it would be basically.
Oh, bachelor's. Yeah. Let's see. What is an undergrad? Here we go.
Welcome back. Welcome back. And we realize that some of you are already answering some of the questions in the chat. Seems like you know the answers. Very good, very good. We're proud of you. I'm seeing some answers from Aaliyah, from Kelly, from Cheyenne. All right, they all seem to know what's happening. Yes? And so we want to thank those students, and those actually students were part of our ASB, our associated student body. That's our student government here at USC. They are the ones who represent you to the administration. And so they were the ones who brought our icebreaker activity to us, and we want to thank them very much. And I really want to just piggyback from where they left off. The last question they asked about your undergraduate degree was an undergrad. And so you may be hearing these terms: undergraduate, graduate, postgraduate. And it's really just a matter of the level that you're studying. And so the very first level that we have is what we call the undergrads or undergraduates. And here at USC, we have 6 schools that offer undergraduate degrees. We also have 1 school of graduate studies, and the graduate studies would be things like your master's degrees. All right. And of course, undergrad would be the bachelor's degrees that I guess most of you would be interested in doing. That's why you're signing on here today. So within the university of the 6 schools, we have the School of Business and Entrepreneurship. We have the School of Education and Humanities. We have the School of Science, Technology, and Allied Health. We have the School of Social Sciences. We have the School of Theology and Religion, and we have the School of Distance Education. And these schools offer to us the undergraduate degrees. Today, we are privileged to meet with some of the members of the team from the School of Science, Technology, and Allied Health. And might I say, this school is the one that's the most diverse on our campus. They have the most departments. So we have, in this department, you're going to be learning about biology, you're going to be learning about chemistry, about computer sciences, about mathematics, family and consumer sciences, and of course, nursing. So you're going to hear from those persons today. And let me just encourage you, if you have questions, specific questions to the School of Science and Technology and Allied Health, feel free to post your questions in the chat, whether it be on YouTube or on Facebook. And we would try to answer those questions at the end. We'll have a little time for Q&A at the end. Of course, if you have general questions about USC, you can send your general questions to info@usc.edu.tt. That's info@usc.edu.tt. And of course, you can also just visit our website, usc.edu.tt, because also the questions are actually answered on our website. So you can also do that. But feel free, as the presenters do their presentation, because they are going to share a bit of information with you about the school. As they share, you may have questions that pop up. Feel free to post those questions in the chat. Now, the person that leads every school is called the dean. The Dean of the School of Science, Technology, and Allied Health is Dr. Emmanuel Anthony, and he comes to us from the continent of Africa. That speaks against our cultural diversity. All right. Unfortunately, he's not here with us today, but we have the person who is next in line. We have Mrs. Wilford, and she's the chair of the Department of Nursing. And so she'll be standing in for Dr. Anthony today. So I'm going to hand over to her, and she's going to introduce the rest of the team from the School of Science, Technology, and Allied Health. Let's welcome Mrs. Wilford at this time.
Unmute. I have unmuted. Hi, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the School of Science and Technology. Are you hearing me? I'll just unmute myself. Good afternoon, everyone. Are you hearing me now?
Yes, we are. We are hearing you.
Thank you. Very good afternoon to all. Mrs. Venice Simons Frederick, thank you so much for the introduction. My name is Phyllis Wolford, as was said before, and I'm the Director of Nurse Education Department. But my presence here first is to represent Dr. Antwi. And as you were told just now, he's the Dean of the School of Sciences and Technology, Nursing and Allied Health. As you were also told before, he's unable to be here today. So on behalf of Dr. Antwi, it gives me great pleasure to welcome you to this very important day in your life. It is a day when you and your significant others will make a decision which has the potential to change your life significantly. So thank you for coming and thank you for being here. You see, today you will be making a choice regarding education for the career you wish to pursue. You are deciding on the school that you will attend. And we are saying to you, your best choice really, it would be the School of Science and Technology, Nursing and Allied Health. Can I repeat that? Your best choice will be the School of Science and Technology and Allied Health. To make the choice an informed choice, I will now introduce to you the heads of the different departments who will bring greetings to you and give you detailed information about what is on offer in their departments. The department's head is as follows, and I'm calling them out in the order in which they will present. The first person who will present is the Department of Family and Consumer Science and Dietetics. The chair or the department head there is Dr. Claudette Mitchell. Then we will go to the Department of Biology, Sciences, and Chemistry. The chair there is Dr. Camille Mitchell. And then we have one guy in the group, Mr. Hunt. He's the head for the Computing, Mathematics and Technology, and also Physics department. And then there's me, I'm for the Department of Nursing and Allied Health. So now I just turn over to Dr. Claudette Mitchell, who will do her presentation now. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mrs. Wolford. Good afternoon, everyone. And I would like to join with my colleagues in welcoming you to the University of the Southern Caribbean. We thank you for making us your first choice. At the University of the Southern Caribbean, our motto, Beyond Excellence, and therefore you will find the content of all of our programs is hemmed on this motto, Beyond Excellence. In the Department of Family and Consumer Sciences, there are two programs. One, we have the program which is referred to as the Bachelor's in Family and Consumer Science. This specific program is mainly focused on helping students to be through a holistic approach in life. Therefore, we look at areas of food and nutrition, clothing and textiles, family studies, as well as consumer sciences. In light of that, therefore, the university is focused on making a preparation so students can serve at the local, regional, and international communities. The students trained with this degree, they can enter as secondary school educators upon graduation, quality assurance officers, family life educators, clothing and textile consultants, as well as entrepreneurs in the areas of food, clothing, and family studies educators. Now, what you will find, therefore, as you branched into this community, you can think of not only serving where you are, but you can also think of providing service to other communities and your families by extension. When we look at the program of nutrition and dietetics. Nutrition and dietetics is a fairly new program at the University of the Southern Caribbean. It is 7 years old. However, this specific program is mighty indeed. It's an international program linked to Oakwood University in Huntsville, Alabama. What do we mean? All of our programs at USC are accredited by the Accreditation Council for Education in Trinidad and Tobago. But in addition to that, the bachelor's in nutrition and dietetics, it's linked with Oakwood, and Oakwood is under the Accreditation Council for Education in Nutrition and Dietetics, and that is in the United States. So 100% of our credits are accepted by the United States so that the students, upon completing USC's bachelor's in nutrition and dietetics, are eligible to enter into what we would refer to as an international dietetics internship. So why do we have such a program? Such a program has proven itself, though young, to be very effective, as we have trained students to be hired by regional governments. Some of our students, they work in territories such as St. Vincent, such as Antigua and Barbuda, Grenada, and the list goes on. We are therefore indicating to you today that we do have the competence at the University of the Southern Caribbean to prepare you to serve at the local level, to serve at the regional level, and also to serve at the international level. Some of our students, they have gone on to gain scholarships. They have gone forward to achieve their international dietetic internship, and upon completion, they have passed their boards. So what you can see, therefore, there is a specific trend at USC, and that trend is the road to success. So as you come with us, we are not only going to help you get started, but we are going to work with you collaboratively so that we can help you achieve your career goals. In all of our programs, but specifically in nutrition and dietetics, we train at the regional levels. So our students go for training in Antigua and Barbuda, Grenada, Guyana, Barbados, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, St. Kitts and Nevis specifically. So therefore, you can see it's a much rounded training. So we invite you, come with us. For the Nationals of Trinidad and Tobago, the Bachelor's in Family and Consumer Science is a GATE program, but the Bachelor's in Nutrition and Dietetics is a non-GATE program. But what I can assure you that all of our programs are quite effective and our graduates have done very well. So we thank you for listening, and I will now pass the baton on to one of my colleagues who will continue to explain their programs.
Dr. Camille Mitchell will now present.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Camille Mitchell, and I am the chair of the Department of Biological Sciences. And I want to welcome all of you to our virtual open day. And now you will learn about the offerings of my department. To be honest with you, I don't think that you can choose any other field that is more exciting, interesting, and fulfilling. When you do biology and chemistry, you are learning about life. You're learning about your bodies and how they operate. You are learning about the processes that drive how you live, how you move, how you think. In my department, you are going to meet faculty members, you're going to meet adjunct staff and auxiliary staff who are geared and very interested in your progress. And so we work with you from the time you have received your admission letters. And I do hope that you will choose to do a degree in my department. We offer 2 degrees. We offer 1 degree in biology, but there are 2 emphases. There is an emphasis in biomedical studies, and then there's one in zoology. For both emphases, we have a built-in minor in chemistry. When you do your degree in biology and biomedical studies, there are many possible career fields. You can go on to medicine, you can do pharmacy, dentistry, you can become a medical doctor, you can become a health officer. If you want to branch off, you can go into the technical aspect where you can become a medical lab technician, or you can become an analytical chemist. We have the spin-offs from medicine where you can do immunology, hematology, microbiology. So there are very varied careers in which you can veer off into. If you do your emphasis, if you do the zoology emphasis, you can go off into things like ecotourism and wildlife studies, plant life. So if whether you're an outdoors person or indoors person, we have something that is geared specially for you. We are currently working on developing our degree in chemistry. And so listen out for further developments in that area. What I can tell you is that if you do come on board with us, you are going to have the time of your life. You're going to enjoy every moment. You're going to meet lecturers who really do care about you, not just your academics, but your personal development. And we are committed to helping you to become the very best that you can be. So I look forward to meeting with you in September when you join our department and our programs. Thank you very much for your listening ear.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Connell Byron Hunt, and I am the chairperson for the Department of Computing, Mathematics, and Technology. Now, it is my pleasure and privilege to welcome you to the Department of Computing at the University of the Southern Caribbean. Now, we have been offering undergraduate degrees from the inception of the university, and even when the institution was then known as CUC. Many of our past students have actually distinguished themselves in various government divisions and private sectors across the Caribbean. A large number have pursued graduate studies and have made a name for themselves as analysts, academics, researchers, and several other fields across the Caribbean, America, and Europe. Our department is actually proud of a number of firsts in Trinidad and Tobago. We were the first university in Trinidad to have represented the nation of Trinidad and Tobago at Microsoft Imagine Cup competition several years ago. We were the first university in Trinidad and Tobago to have won the Telios Code Jam competition, a competition that is now mainstream across computing in the Caribbean. We offer the following degree programs: a Bachelor of Science in Computing, and we have presently 3 emphases. These emphases are software systems, information systems, and internet technologies. We also offer an Associate of Science in Computer Information Systems, as well as minors in computing and mathematics. Well, we live in a world today of computing, and it's interesting that the computer person is the one who looks like a green monster on the screen. And interestingly enough, in my brain and in my thinking, hey, this is a nice project for our incoming students to do. Solve this problem. That's what computing is all about, solving problems. So what are some of the possible career paths you could take? You could become a software engineer. You can become a programmer, a web developer, a database administrator, a network administrator, a computer analyst, an information research, information systems analyst, a security analyst, and even an ethical hacker. There's also health information systems specialists. The possibilities with a computing background are endless. Truly, computing is one of those areas that can be easily blended with any other program. Indeed, we're actually encouraging students who would want to do biology, come do chemistry as a minor too. Those who want to do nursing, in fact, nursing, yeah, come back and do computing after. But for those of you who are starting on the computing, we look forward. It will be an interesting journey. It is often punctuated with sleepless nights. But nothing is more rewarding, and those who have studied computing will tell you this. Computing is one of those things you go to sleep with your head, wondering how to solve the problem, and then the Lord, as a Christian institution, we ascribe this to God. God shows you the solution, and it's exciting to get up at 2 o'clock and then recognize the problem that you had suddenly works. We look forward as we grow as a department to partner with the nursing department, the business department, the health science, food sciences department, the biology and chemistry department to integrate computing as it is today, a fundamental part of our lives. I invite you to join this journey. I won't guarantee you that it is going to be easy, but I will tell you one thing. It will be one of the most rewarding and enjoyable courses of study you will ever embark upon. Please join us in the Computer Science Department at the University of Southern Caribbean, where we are, according to our motto, we are changing the world one bite at a time. Thank you.
Okay, so now it's my turn. And I spoke to you initially, and I'm now going to talk about the nursing department. All the things we heard were absolutely fabulous, weren't they? All the other departments that talked about biology and computing. But you know something? Nursing. I don't want to say it's the best, but think about it seriously. Think about it seriously. The nursing department is the newest in the country, but we are the newest, but we were the first university in the country to offer nursing at a bachelor's degree level. We were the first. We are one of the most outstanding in the Caribbean, and recognized as such by the Prime Minister in one of his speeches that he gave during the election period. We have had significant expansion since we started with 25 students in 2006. Now we have an enrollment of over 700 students. We also have the state-of-the-art new building on the university campus, main campus in Maracas. We haven't moved in yet. We are about to do that, hopefully in September. Our faculty and clinical instructors are not only excellent at what they do, but they are very caring and supportive to all our students. USC nursing classes are normally delivered face-to-face. But due to COVID-19, many of our classes were taught and will continue to be taught remotely using Zoom and Moodle e-learn platforms until, of course, we are able to get back to some sort of normality. The periods during the program when you will have to practice in the clinical area, you will be scheduled to go to hospitals and community health centers throughout Trinidad and Tobago. And you will be supervised by clinical instructors who work in those areas. My vision at the start of this department was that USC would gain recognition both nationally and internationally. That has been achieved. We are therefore committed to continue to produce nurses who will be known for their delivery of outstanding performance. Choose us and be such a nurse. I just need to say that with the pandemic at the moment, all our graduates have been employed, and they're working in all the hospitals in the country. So they are well thought of. They are well thought of. Now, I would like Mr. Kyle Joseph to present to you what you need to do to be enrolled into the nursing program. So Kyle, over to you.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you, Mrs. Wolford. All right, so I will just go through briefly the Bachelor of Science in Nursing. Now, it's a four-year program. It's a full-time program, right? Okay, so let's look at some of the entry requirements. Now, you need 5 O-levels. That's from 1998. It's been grade 3 and above, right? Those include mathematics and English, right? Those are mandatory. However, if you do not possess mathematics, we will accept principles of accounts. Now, we look at basically a September intake only, right? Because it's a full-time program, as I said, right? And we have a specific sequence planner that we follow to ensure that students complete the program within the 4 years. All right, now nurses with an associate degree in nursing can also complete the Bachelor of Science in Nursing degree at our university, right? These applicants must, however, be licensed nurses, sorry. Right, now to graduate, the following must be completed, right? Total credits, 137.5, 137.5. Clinical practice hours, that's 3,240 hours, that's 3,240 hours, and an overall GPA of 2.5 and up. Now, ideally, we like it above 3, but the minimum is at least 2.5, right? We need that to be the cumulative GPA at the end of the period. All right, now we have, if you need further information, you can always call us, so it's 612-4872, all right, extension 2711 for more information regarding the Bachelor of Science in Nursing program.
Thank you so much, Kyle. Kyle is our, I didn't say at the beginning that Kyle is our new administrative assistant. Isn't he handsome? Absolutely. So there you are. We have a gentleman in our department who is our new administrative assistant. So thank you so much. Over to you, Vernice, back to you.
All right. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We got quite a lot of information there, and I trust that you were listening and you had your questions. So we heard from Dr. Claudette Mitchell. She is in charge of the Department of Family and Consumer Sciences, and they offer degrees in nutrition and dietetics and also family and consumer sciences. We also heard from Dr. Camille Mitchell, and they offer the degree in biology, and you can also do a minor in chemistry with them. We also heard from Mr. Connell Hunt, who is in charge of the Department of Computing and Mathematics and Technology. And from that department, you can do your degree in computing with 3 different emphases. We have software systems, information systems, and internet technologies. And you also heard from Mrs. Phyllis Woodford, and she was speaking to us about our fastest growing department on our campus, the nursing program. I'm not sure if you all worked out the math while she was speaking. They began with 25, and now they have over 700. So it speaks to the kind of the quality of the nursing program that we have. And of course, the nursing program is offered at both our South campus and our main campus. Yes, so that is something for, so if you're inside, I know we had some persons from South joining us, you can also do the nursing program at the South campus. All right, now I know some of you are persons who would have already gotten your CSEC results and so on, and you are anxiously awaiting getting acceptance letters. Acceptance letters are being processed. Of course, they're coming, the applications are coming in fast and furious, and so those letters are being sent out in batches. So if you would have applied already, just give us a bit of patience. We would get your acceptance letter to you. We are also preparing in case you have family members or friends who have done CSEC this year. We know results are coming out later. For this year, we're having 2 intakes. So we're having a regular intake in September for persons like yourself who have already applied. And we are also accepting applications for persons who have done CSEC and they would be starting their, what we call a mini semester in October. So if you did CSEC this year and you really want to start university this year, not having that break in between, we have also catered for you. If you are one of the persons who have not yet applied for this September, it's not too late. You do have until August 20th to submit any applications that you may have for any of our degree programs offered at our main campus or at the extension sites that we have: Tobago, South, Guyana, Barbados, Antigua, or St. Lucia. All right, so you've heard from the lecturers. How about hearing from a student? So we have with us a biology student who's going to share with us at this time, and so we're going to listen to that student from the biology department.
Hi, my name is Jonathan Craig, and I am a student pursuing a Bachelor's of Science in Biology with a biomedical emphasis. My curiosity and passion sparked an interest in understanding how the body's chemical and physical aspects are able to adapt to changes in an instant, and this drove my degree choice. Some highlights from my USC experience would have to be my first freshman social, where I was able to connect with and meet colleagues and students from different faculties and my own faculty. My first science day, where I was able to have a hands-on, in-depth grasp with different apparatus from the laboratory. And my very first sports day, USC Olympiad, where I was able to compete with my other faculties and prove who was the best. My decision for choosing USC as my institution of study would be their renowned academic track record for molding some of the region's best and top medical practitioners.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Now, I notice he said some things, and I think Dr. Camille Mitchell alluded to it, that the biology department is really excited. So he spoke about Science Day and the apparatus, and he also mentioned the USC Olympiad. That's a big thing at our campus here. I mean, that's when the schools come out guns blazing. I mean, we're not just all about books. Yes, we want you to study, but we also, remember, we're providing at USC what we call a holistic approach to your development. And so USC Olympiad is when we come out and we really allow our students to flex their muscles, so to speak. And let me tell you, the challenge that you find there, it's really exciting. We have the School of Business, they come out as a green machine. We have the School of Science and Tech, they're in gold, and they are the defending champions. So most times it's normally between School of Business, Science and Tech, and the School of Social Sciences as well. And guess what? Those of us at the extension campuses, we also come and make our presence felt. I can boast that the Tobago campus won the March Past 2 years in a row. Yes, for the past, and that was 2019 and 2018. Yes, of course, we didn't have any Olympiad in 2020, but that's the kind of excitement that we have, the kind of camaraderie. I'm certain that you heard that persons are talking about our caring faculty members. That's one of the things that we boast about. We have faculty members who actually know who you are. We know you by name. And as they rightly said, we don't only care about your development academically, we also care about your holistic development. So that's one of the things that we pride ourselves in here at USC, caring faculty members. All right, you get that personal touch. I really want you to that's something that I personally appreciated when I was a student there, and you'd realize a lot of our faculty and staff really are persons who went through USC and found the experience to be so thrilling that we stayed on ourselves, or we went and came back to give back to our alma mater because USC has impacted us so much. All right, so that's the kind of feel that you get. I saw someone asking about GPA. The GPA is your grade point average. So every grade that you get, it has points attached to it, and of course you want to have A's, of course, have the highest, that's 4.0. F's are zeros, nobody wants those. C's are 2.0. Nobody wants those either. To graduate, you need to have at least a 2.0 average, but to graduate with honors, you need 3.5. So we want you to pay attention to making sure you get just those A's, perhaps a couple B's, but really we want you to get A's when you come here. We don't want any C's. We are surrounded with enough seawater in Trinidad and Tobago and the Caribbean, so no C's for you. A's and B's only. All right. Once you, and of course, if you want to further your studies to go on to graduate school, generally they require that you have a minimum grade point average of 3.0. That's like a B average. So you really want to get those good grades while you are here with us. We have some questions that came in. Someone is asking, what is the youngest age that I can be enrolled in nursing? Mrs. Wilford, can you answer that first? What is the youngest age someone can be enrolled in nursing, and are there any additional documents that you would need besides your CSEC passes to get into nursing program?
The youngest age is 17.
Okay, 17.
And you also, after getting an acceptance letter, you also have to get a nursing permit, a student nursing permit, before you can start the program.
Good. So that's also Dr. Wilford is saying that in addition to having your CSEC passes, you must have a nursing permit, a student nursing permit, and you get that from the nursing council. And I believe that the criteria to join our program is the same that you'd have for getting your nursing permit. It's similar to how teachers need to get a teacher's number so that you can use that as you practice, your practicum as a student nurse. All right. I think also you're required to get a statement of character from the police as well when you're applying, and your medical would also be needed. Of course, the nursing application program is available online. All the applications are being done online at this time. You go to our website, usc.edu.tt. I know we previously gave a cutoff point of August 2, but that was on Tuesday. And guess what? The applications are still coming in. So yes, we have extended it to August 20 for persons who are still trying to get in. If you want to do biology, you can, again, the basic requirements for any of our programs are 5 O-level passes. Of course, working in the sciences, math would be an asset. If you have biology and chemistry, that would also be an asset. But if you don't have these subject areas, you can do preliminary courses before getting into the program as prerequisites if you don't have biology or chemistry. If you have CAPE would allow you to have what we call transfer credit. So it means you may get exemption from some of those initial classes if you have A-level passes in biology and chemistry and so on. All right, so those are things to bear in mind. So if you have your CAPE, bring your CAPE results with you, and you will evaluate your results and we'll let you know what exemptions you are free to have. Mrs. Wilford, there's something more you want to share with the students?
Yeah, I just wanted to say the entry age is 17. And you can go up to 45.
Oh, right. So there's a cutoff as well.
There's a cutoff age.
All right. So that's it. So you can start as young as 17, but unfortunately, if you're above 45, then nursing may not be for you. You may need to go into something else. Of course, other programs don't have that age limit. So you may want to go into another part of the sciences if you are 45 and over. All right. I think Kyle in his presentation indicates that if you do not have mathematics and you want to do nursing, you can use principles of accounting as that math-based subject, but you must have one of those two. Math is preferred, but principles of account would also be used. If not, the requirement would be that you get that CSEC pass in mathematics before you begin, you do that program. All right. So it's accounted, and we also consider economics if you have economics as well for that program in nursing. All right, so a lot of questions about nursing. Ms. Wilford, it seems you're going to be having a handful of nurses coming into you again this September. Which is good news, which is good news for us. Yes, because we do have, I think I can safely boast, we do have the best nursing students in the country. Yes, it has been said, it has been tried, it has been proven. Our students are the best. So if you're coming into the nursing program, you have made a brilliant decision. All right. Are there any other questions at this time? Let's see if there's anyone else, because you do have a lot of time. You feel free to ask anything that's on your mind that's related here to these programs, of course, related to USC. All right. Someone is asking if they don't get through all the documents, if it's in the process, all the documents, meaning now you must have your CSEC passes. Of course, if you just wrote CSEC this year, we would use that screenshot of your results until you get the official document from CSEC, right? You must have that information. Your nursing permit number, once you've made the application and you have the receipt, you can bring that to us, because it means you'll be getting your permit within a short matter of time, because you must have the permit if you're going to go onto the wards to do your practicum. All right, we can't have you operating in our hospitals without permission. All right, so you must have that information before you start. So those things, you must have them before you start with us. All right, so that's the only kind of in process that we'll allow for at this time. All right, and of course, I'm trying to see if we have any other questions here in our chat that's coming in. All right. All right. Now, so persons without mathematics, you can do biology. As I said before, you can do, we have what is known as preliminary mathematics, we have preliminary biology, we have preliminary chemistry, we have, right? So these are, of course, prerequisites courses that you would pay for. They're not covered by GATE. You'd pay for these on your own. They're done for 2 semesters. It's $1,500 per semester. You do these classes and you get yourself a pass of a C and above, and you would be able to use those to get you entrance into the program that you want to do. All right, so if you don't have biology, chemistry, or mathematics, that's not a problem. You can do these preliminary courses before, all right, before you get accepted into the program. Someone asked about working while doing the nursing program. It's not advised that you work while doing the nursing program. It's a full-time program. They run from in the morning to the evening. So I think you're going to run yourself rugged if you try to work while doing the nursing program. Your days are definitely going to be occupied. So you can't do a regular 8 to 4 job, I know for sure. All right. But so if you're coming to do nursing, you have to make up your mind to be a full-time student. All right. Because it really does take a lot out of you. The program is top of the line. It requires your best, and to give your best, we need you as a full-time student. All right. Someone asked about our accreditation. Yes, USC, all our programs are fully accredited, and the accreditation that we have comes to us from ACTT. We also have accreditation with our Seventh-day Adventist institutions. That's AAA, the Adventist Accreditation Association. All right, so once you do all degrees, your degree will be recognized anywhere in the world that you go. All right, our nurses are not just limited to Trinidad and Tobago. Remember that you're also getting your permit with the Nursing Council. Of course, you'd have to do whatever requirements are there for the individual countries you go to, but your degree has value wherever you will go once you leave the shores of Trinidad and Tobago. All right, someone is asking, they don't have science subjects, but you're interested in nursing. You can do it, but remember the requirement is math, English, and at least 1 science subject. All right, and of course, remember things like food and nutrition are counted as sciences as well, integrated science, human and social biology, and so on. So those are things that you can do. All right, getting the nursing permit is part of the application process. So that is something that you would apply for before you get your acceptance letter. And that's why I said when you submit your application, you can bring the receipt that said you made the application for it. All right. Also, all of our degrees, again, are internationally recognized. As you would have mentioned before, USC is big on cultural diversity. I can say for sure, when I attended, and back then it was UC, I met persons from all over the world. I met persons from Europe, from Africa. We had someone from Poland. I met my first Ethiopian, real life Ethiopian, while I was here at CUC. We have persons from, of course, all across the Caribbean. So once you have our degree, you are free to work anywhere. In fact, I like to boast that I can visit any Caribbean island, and I can visit most territories outside of Trinidad and Tobago and find someone that I went to school with, because our stretch is that far. All right, we are reaching all across the world. All right, so those are, I know some of the questions that are coming in. All right, someone's asking about going to med school. If you've done the biology degree, you do not need to do CAPE again to go into med school. You can use that as entrance. All right, so that is fine. Mrs. Wilford, somebody's asking about the nursing uniforms. Tell us about those uniforms, please.
Yeah, there is a nursing uniform. And you really have to get it from the time you start nursing. So because while you are in school, you're required to wear your uniforms. Obviously, you just wear the dress. You're not wearing the cap nor the apron, but you have to wear the uniform dress.
Even for my online classes, Mrs. Wilford, they're asking?
No, not for online classes, obviously.
Okay.
But for face-to-face classes, they
All
have
right.
to wear their uniforms.
All right. Wonderful.
And
Thank
in practice, when they go out in practice, obviously, you wear your apron and your cap. And in COVID times, whatever else that the requirements are from the Ministry of Health, then we have to conform. So yes, there is
wonderful. Great. So you heard it directly from Mrs. Wilford. Your uniform is mandatory for all face-to-face classes, of course, mandatory when you're on the ward. And we do have a cute uniform. It's really nice, a little blue and white uniform. I do like seeing on this is. And you have, of course, for your online classes, that is not necessary. But of course, if you're coming to your Zoom classes, we expect that you would dress in a respectable manner. All right. Someone is asking for the men. Nursing is also for men. You do have male nursing students. We have quite a few male nursing students actually. So the men, of course, you won't wear a dress. You'd have your tunic that you would wear as a male nurse. All right. Let me just repeat again, for all of our bachelor's programs, the minimum requirement is 5 O-level passes. All right. Within the School of Science and Technology, mathematics is an asset, but if you don't have the math, you can do our preliminary mathematics classes to get into the programs. So you can do computing science without doing information technology as a subject once you have your 5 O-level passes. All right. So those are the entry requirements for any program that you want to do. And as I said, wherever there gaps exist, we do have preliminary classes that you can do to help you to close those gaps and to get you ready for the degree program that you're interested in. All right. Persons are talking about now graduating with honors. All right. The honors, your GPA is calculated based on the grades you get every semester. So whether you're a part-time student or a full-time student, the GPA is calculated the same. We look at your overall grades and we give you the average score for that. So once your GPA is above 3.5, whether you're part-time or full-time, you will be graduating with honors. All right, as I said, so we have the what we call first class honors. Those are persons with GPA 3.9 to 4.0, that's summa cum laude. Then we have the magna cum laude, that's the second level. Those are persons with GPA from 3.75 to 3.89. And of course, our cum laude, which goes from 3.5 to 3.74. So whether you're full-time or part-time, you can be an honors student. Yes, you can. All right, so of course, being an honor society, that is different. You must have a minimum, you must do a minimum of 12 credits every semester to be a part of an honor society, but it does not prevent you from graduating with honors. All right, all our degree programs are scheduled for 4 years. So if you're coming to do a degree program, then 4 years would be the amount of time you should map out for that. Of course, the programs like computing, if you do summers, you may actually be able to finish it in 3.5 years if you do your summer sessions. But ideally, the program is a 4-year program being done full time. All right. So of course, if you're doing it part time, it's going to take you a little bit longer. Nursing is not offered part time. You must do your nursing program as a full time student. All right. I think I'm answering most of the questions that we have. All right, yes. And of course, as I keep saying, if you have individual, your special circumstances, feel free to send your answers or your questions or your requests, concerns to info@usc.edu.tt, and someone from our admissions staff would be there to provide the answers for you, because you may have something that is a specific case, specific question. You can lodge your comments there at info@usc.edu.tt, and they would be happy to help you with any special questions that you may have. Mrs. Wolford, we want to share something else with the students?
Yes, I just want to emphasize that we also offer the BSc to people who have got an associate degree.
Oh, yes.
So nurses who have done an associate degree and are registered with the Nursing Council, and they are in practice, they are allowed to do the bachelor's, to upgrade to the bachelor's. And
Okay,
it's
wonderful.
important. We have a lot of students who are doing that at the moment because the actual international entry level to get into nursing now is nursing practice is a bachelor's. So a lot of nurses who qualified years ago are now trying to upgrade, and they're getting. And that application, we also process it, and they start in September as well.
Thank you very much for that, Mrs. Wilford. So
there is an emphasis on two emphases on that program. It's a 3-year program. It's not full-time, it's 3 years. And because these people are working people, so we are able to adjust the timetable to help them with their working hours. But the emphasis is on leadership and in education.
okay, wonderful. All right, and I can actually speak to that program because in Tobago, we do have quite a number of nurses who are practicing nurses. As she said, the requirement is you must be a practicing registered nurse. So we do have persons who would have been registered nurses previously, and they're upgrading to the bachelor's degree. The classes are done primarily online, so you don't have to go to Trinidad or main campus to do it. You can do it using the online means, and you have those two emphases, as she mentioned, leadership and education. And that upgrade to bachelor's level takes you 3 years because, of course, they're working around your work schedule. So that's the only nursing that you can do while you're working, if you're upgrading yourself from being a registered nurse to getting your bachelor's degree. All right. In terms of the uniform, they normally would supply you with the information in terms of pattern and so on. But Mrs. Wilford, how do they get the uniforms?
We give you the pattern, and you are able to get the material. We give you the name of the suppliers of the material, so we have the same, the same material and the same color, and we give you all that information when you when you're accepted.
Okay, wonderful. So once you're accepted to the nursing program, you would receive all the information. Of course, you can take your fabric. Of course, it's Trinidad and Tobago where fabric is easy to get. So they will tell you who the supplier is, so you can make sure you get the correct thing. And then you take your fabric to your personal seamstress, and they would tailor make your outfit to fit you. Of course, they would give you the pattern so that you would look just like, not by USC. If you think the uniform is modest, it's not the USC standard, it's the Nursing Council standard. And of course, it's modest, USC supports that standard as well. All right. Classes generally go from what time, Mrs. Wilford, from about 8 in the morning?
Yeah, 8:30. And some classes can be quite late on 7, 8 o'clock in the evening.
Okay, right. So that's your schedule. Normally, of course, you are given your timetable every semester. All right, but your classes can be as early as 8 or 8:30, and they can go as late as 7, depending on the semester. That won't happen every semester. Some semesters you may finish by 4:30, but of course, that the schedule for nursing, that's how it goes. Of course, with the other programs, because you are allowed to do them part-time or full-time, the hours are much more flexible. All right. Mr. Hunt, you want to say something about the computing?
Yes, I just wanted to remind our listeners, all our guests, that the computing program has been, over the years, tailored a lot to working students. So it's very appealing to those who are working. Most classes start typically from the afternoon and go on till evening. So it's very attractive for individuals who are currently working. So I just wanted to share that with the students.
Wonderful. Good. So computing is designed for working students. The uniform information is given to you at orientation, not with your acceptance letter. So you would get that information. Those of you supposed to ask about it. When you have your nurses orientation, you would get your uniform information at that time. Dr. Camille Mitchell, is there a certain pass I must have in biology and chemistry for I know we have the preliminary classes, but what is the pass rate like from CSEC? Is there a requirement for that to get into the biology program? Dr. Mitchell, can you speak to that for us?
Yes, you should have grades 1 or 2 for CSEC, and for ordinary level, you need to have grades A, B, or C. If you do not have those grades, then you can if you have a grade 3 for CSEC, then you are asked to do the placement exams, either the biology, chemistry, or math. And if you pass those, well, then you go on to do your foundational courses, foundations of biology or general chemistry. And if you don't pass, then you need to do your preliminary courses.
Okay. All right. So you got that information. Just to reiterate, if you do not have grades 1 or 2 at O level or grades A, B, or C at A level, you're required to do a placement test. So we will just automatically push you into the preliminary class. We will allow you to do a placement test, give you a chance to prove yourself. If you pass the placement test, then whoopee, you're right into the university classes. If unfortunately you do not make the passing mark, then you would be recommended that you do those preliminary classes that I spoke about in preliminary math, preliminary biology, preliminary chemistry before you go into the full degree program. All right. Let me see if we're seeing anything. All right, remember we did say that if you have the receipt from CSEC, that's the screenshot they normally said, we can use that information, but as soon as you get your certificate, the official certificate, you are required to bring it into us. So we would accept you with that preliminary result slip from CSEC, but when you get this full certificate, it is your responsibility to bring that full certificate to us as soon as possible. All right. I know that we are currently accepting students. Our orientation would be later this month in August. So when you get your acceptance letter, the acceptance letter gives you the dates and times for orientation. Let me just say orientation is very important for you because you're going to get some key bits of information there. And then, of course, once we have the orientation, we would go ahead to help you select your classes for your first semester with us. And let me reiterate again, for those of you who may have friends and family members who would have done CSEC this year and are awaiting results, they don't have to worry. We would be having a start in October just for them, our mini semester for persons who will have done CSEC this year and are desirous of joining us in this first semester of the 2021-2022 school year. All right, our time is winding down quickly, all right, because we are supposed to be finished by 1:30. So we have just a few more minutes. If there are any other questions, now's the time to shoot them in before we close off finally. All right, we are taking applications until August 20th, all right? All right, and of course, it's open day. So if it's open day, normally in open day, you get to see the campus. So we do want to give you some time to see the campus. So we are going to allow you to view our campus, of course, virtually at this time. So those of you who will be joining us when the country does open up, you will be completely lost when you come to our campus. And of course, remember that if you are unable to study at our main campus in Maracas, St. Joseph, we do have an extension campus in South, that's in San Fernando. Unfortunately, I am not Trinidadian, so I can't give you specific directions, but you can email info@usc.edu.tt for specific guidelines as to where you can find the South Campus. We also have campuses in Barbados, in Antigua, in St. Lucia, in Guyana, and of course, over here in the beautiful Sister Isle, Tobago. So you are free to join any of our campuses, but at this time, we would show you a video of our main campus. So feast your eyes at this time. Oh, wow. Notice something that they focus a lot on the library. And that's because we want you to study. We want you to get those books in. But you notice that waterfall picture? I remember visiting there. That's part of what we call the estate. It's a little off. It's within the campus, but it's a little, a little track that you can go to, and the waters there are just relaxing. There's a beautiful view when you're on campus of the mountains, because we're in the Maracas Valley, so you do have those mountains. I remember as a student, I used to just go sit down by the court and just look at those mountains sometimes and just breathe in the fresh air. That's one of the things I enjoyed about being on campus. When I was on Maracas campus, I felt like I was home. Being from Tobago, the air up there is really fresh and nice. So it's a really good environment for studying. And I know you saw some persons with sewing machines. Yes, part of our Family and Consumer Sciences program does involve clothing and textile classes. So if you are interested in that, that would be also catering to that need as well. And so we're really excited to have you on our campus. And of course, a big part of what we do is our spiritual development, because of course we are a university that is run by the Seventh-day Adventist Church. And of course, your spiritual development is paramount to us, because we answer first to God and then to humanity. And so you will have lots of opportunity for spiritual growth and development. There are persons who are always willing to pray with you and for you. We have our weekly chapel sessions where you are nourished spiritually. All right, so you would get that. And of course, our teachers, most of them being Christians themselves, would help to guide you along that path. We also have the cultural diversity, which you can't talk too much of. I mean, every year we have the entire week for international students where they come and they share with us parts of their culture, their dress, their cuisine. And so you get a touch of the Caribbean and beyond during that international students week. Of course, you have a lot of Spanish speaking students as well, who also come and give us that Spanish flavor as well. So you get that. And of course, being a university, we're all about intellectual curiosity. And so we want to spark your intellect. We want to spark your academic development. So we are excited to have you. We are USC Strong. We've been doing this, since 1927. That's 94 years of providing excellence in tertiary level education. And we are excited to have you join us in September. Of course, if you can't make September, you can join us in January. But of course, if you want to be a nurse, you must join us in September, because that's the only time we take nurses in. So we're looking forward to have you with us. We're thankful that you took the time out today to be with us. We're grateful that we're able to answer some of your questions. And as I said, if you weren't able to answer all, and no time doesn't permit us to do that, you can always send your inquiries to info@usc.edu.tt, and our staff there will be happy to answer any questions that you may have. And so we are just grateful, and we want to say thank you again. And we're just about signing off here from Tobago. This is day 2. This has been day 2 of our virtual Open Day 2021. Of course, our Open Day continues. We're meeting with the School of Social Sciences this afternoon. So if you know someone who is doing something in social sciences, psychology, behavioral sciences, social work, then they would have their session with the School of Social Sciences this afternoon. So feel free to let them know. And you can come right here at the USC's YouTube channel for that information. All right. We also have sessions tomorrow that continue at the same time today as we did today, 12 o'clock, meeting with the School of Education and Humanities, and also meeting with the graduate school. Remember, I did mention before that we don't only offer bachelor's degrees, we offer graduate programs as well. So you can join them tomorrow afternoon at 4:30. So our afternoon sessions begin at 4 o'clock, Our daytime sessions begin at 12 noon. Thank you for joining us. That's all for us here at day 2 of the USC Virtual Open Day 2021. Goodbye at this time.
Rising up like